Welcome back to Garbage Time, Season 2, Episode 2. I'm here with Cade and Chooch, as always, my co-host of Garbage Time. Guys, I think Thursdays are our day. I don't know. We've been seeing a lot of availability on Thursdays. What do you guys think?
I didn't even realize it was a Thursday. I thought it was Wednesday.
Really?
Yeah.
I did realize it was a Thursday because this week has just been the gift that keeps on giving in the worst way possible. So
Oof.
I'm excited that it's Thursday, though. Like, I'm ready
Yeah.
to go. Yeah, man, I'm amped up. Tomorrow's the best day of the week, in my opinion. Is that crazy? Friday, best day of the week?
Not
That's
crazy,
that's
but
my
I do
take.
think it's Saturday.
No.
I
can't
figured
go with
Saturday was a
Friday.
common take, so I wasn't sure.
No, yeah, I'm with Friday just because, look, at Saturdays, it's like, obviously, I just worked a whole week, so I do feel accomplished. But Fridays, it's like you either went to school or you went to work or you did something usually on a Friday, and then you come home, you feel accomplished, and then at night, you know that you don't have to get up the next morning early.
Yeah, I just prefer a Friday to a Saturday, really, because Saturday night, that thought already starts creeping in my head, like, damn, tomorrow's Sunday. And, like, I'm not a big Sunday person at the start, but Sunday's it. Like, Monday's even worse. But, like, Saturday night, I start creeping down. I'm, like, 30-some hours away from getting back in the lab.
I think Friday probably was my favorite day when I was, like, in school, like elementary school, middle school, high school. But I don't know. It's still – because Saturday you can just, like, go – like, Saturday you can mark on your calendar, like, whatever I'm doing, that's the all-out day. And then Sunday is just a full recuperation day. Sit on the couch, do nothing.
Yeah.
When we were in college, it was Thursday for me. Like, 100%. Because Fridays, like,
Interesting.
I would always build my schedule where Fridays are light. And by the time it's, like, second semester junior year, like, I got most of my hard classes out of the way. Like, Thursday night, I'm going out. So
I did enjoy
Friday.
Thursdays, but Thursdays were one of those where it was like you weren't there yet. Like there was a good chance that somebody was like, "Oh, dude, I have class at 9 a.m. tomorrow. I got an exam." Where it's like, "All right, well, that dampens
Good
it a
point.
tad bit."
That is really true, yeah.
That's a great, and also too, I will say this: Fridays in college are different because you might have obligations. If you're talking clubs, you might have a late class. You might have obligations until 8 p.m. on a Friday, and then if you're in like a weird lab or something, you might have it until 10 p.m. in college.
Yeah. Well,
specifically.
that's user error. You shouldn't be,
Yeah,
you shouldn't
well,
be putting
no,
yourself in those positions.
it is, but for certain majors, which
I
I'm
mean,
not
like,
going
you
to
don't get a choice sometimes, I guess is correct.
That's what I'm saying.
Be a comms major then.
True. Be a comms major or be smart like Chooch. All right, well, we'll get straight into it. Before we do anything else, Chris Paul, we didn't talk about it last week because I don't think it happened yet. He's heading off into the sunset, retirement, one of the best to ever do it. Shout out to you, Chris Paul, even though you caused a lot of controversy. I saw a TikTok today, and I'm of the opinion that he became like an annoying old head towards the end of his career. Not even to the media. It's just I couldn't imagine having him on my team. And maybe it's for the maybe it's for the better. Maybe he's trying to provide that veteran leadership, but he just seemed so annoying.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know. I mean, maybe it's just because I wasn't tapped in enough, but in my mind, like, that OKC year just cemented myself in my mind where it's like, if CP3 goes anywhere, that team's immediately just going to be fine.
That's
And obviously
true.
that wasn't the case, but for some reason that OKC year is just like, he's a whisperer.
It was kind of the case. The Rockets became better. OKC became better. I mean,
Suns
you're
went to the
definitely
finals.
right. Suns went to the finals. Yeah, I completely skipped over that.
I just hate the way that it ended for him, like, this season in particular. And, like, even the Spurs season last year was fine, and he didn't get to do a lot, and they didn't make the playoffs, obviously. But it was nice to see him out there helping, like, a young team improve and learn how to win. Like, this year, just, like, this is the most going out sad I've ever seen a guy like this. And I thought he was great, like, aging gracefully his career-wise because, like, yeah, we talked about the Thunder and then going to the Suns, and it's like, okay, like, he's kind of just going to be a guy that is going to go impact winning, whether it be in the present or teaching, like, young teams how to win. And, like, I thought he was going out on, like, a really high note. Like, that's a cool way to go out. And then this season happened where, like, The Clippers are cutting. Apparently, him and Ty Lue hate each other. No one's picking him back up. I don't know. It's just weird.
Was that whole thing up to him? Did the Raptors not want him, or was it his decision on if he was going to go or not?
I don't know.
I think it was his decision because at the end of the day, even if the Raptors didn't want him, I'm sure he could have got waived and maybe picked up by another team. Maybe a team, like maybe the Lakers. I don't know, a team that might.
That's
use that
like
better.
how LeBron never wanted to play. Like I feel like LeBron had multiple opportunities the past couple of years to be with CP3, and he never once want. Like maybe CP3 didn't want to. I don't know.
Yeah, you don't work with friends. That's what people say. That brings up a different point, though. We could have this debate. We could have had it the entire time. Is Chris Paul a top 5 point guard of all time? It's tough. It is tougher than you think. I went down the list. I did my own list. I'll give my top 3 locks for right now. Magic Johnson.
That says no, yeah.
Magic Johnson, Stephen Curry, John Stockton. Those guys in no order. Maybe it's in that order for certain people. Those 3 have to be in it, in my opinion. John Stockton, you could say whatever. He played with milkmen. At the end of the day, he's the all-time steals and assist leader. Magic and Curry go without explanation. And then the list gets murky. Those last 2 spots, it's tough. It is really tough.
I'm Isaiah Thomas over Chris Paul, I think.
Really?
I
I guess
I
he
would
has
have
the
to say
ring.
so.
The rings.
Yeah. It's just
I don't know. It's such. I don't know.
at what point Chris Paul being that he didn't win a title and the way we know he's going to be remembered, like at what point is there an argument for him over guys like Oscar and Westbrook?
I think
Like,
right
just
now.
filled it up.
I think he's above Russ already. Robertson, I think, is an interesting one, but if he's over Russ, then he probably has to be over Robertson.
I just sitting here thinking about it, like I would definitely take Chris Paul on a team that I want to win a title before I would take Russell Westbrook. But just looking back at their careers and the Westbrook MVP and all the triple doubles and all the numbers that he's been able to accumulate, like I think I would have to go Russ, honestly.
Really?
Yeah.
All time wise, I mean, it's a good debate. The Big O is a very interesting case study. I did a lot of research. I mean, I knew who Big O was. I did a lot of research before we recorded. Like he won that championship in 1971, right? But he wasn't the best player on that team. Obviously, it was Kareem. He averaged 20 points that season, but in the finals, he averaged 24. Like he was a dog. He averaged 30. But then again, in the finals, they beat the Bullets with Earl the Pearl. I don't care.
Yeah.
At what
You're not
point?
wrong.
At what point is like I guess the numbers put him above. Like if you're talking, this has turned into an Oscar Robertson conversation, but I guess like the triple doubles put him on a different tier than like Walt Clyde. Because like, think about it. Like is basically the same role, essentially.
Yeah.
I think I
You're
think
not
just
wrong.
Big O.
I just think the numbers
Yeah.
that Oscar was able to put up, especially at a time when nobody was doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think he could just do more, like a little bit more in all aspects of the game. But when it comes to, offensively and what they provided for the teams, I mean, Walt's up there. He's got to be top 12. I don't know if I'd put him top 10.
I feel like there's groups of guys in this conversation, like Nash and Kidd and Chris Paul are all like the same breed of like a point guard compared to like Westbrook and Oscar being stat stuffers and Stockton even, who was like kind of both, I guess, because he's the assist and steal leader. But I don't know. I think it really just depends on what you value. I think ring talk's overrated. Personally, like I don't value rings as much as somebody else might. I think I would have to have Russ over Chris Paul. But I mean, rounding out my top 5, like I mean, I don't know about Stockton in my top 5.
Dude, this entire time I've been sitting here thinking about Stockton, and I don't even know if he's probably in my top 5, but I don't think he's locked in like Wells said. For me personally,
I'm going Curry, Magic. Well, probably Magic then Curry, I guess. But I mean, either one interchangeably. And then I'd go Isaiah Thomas. And now I'd start thinking about John Stockton, but I think I'd take Westbrook. No, I wouldn't. I would take Stockton. And then the last 5 spot is like, man, I don't know. Like the guys that I like there are like Nash, Westbrook probably. But Paul's like the same level as those guys for me.
I think Chris Paul is in my top 5, and I might even put him 3.
He's point guard. Like eye test, Chris Paul's there for me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, if I want to win, 100%. I don't disagree with that.
And to your
I'm
point,
trying to be an accolade guy.
I know rings doesn't mean anything. Obviously, he doesn't have any rings, but like, I'm just thinking about like the impact he had, and obviously, like he was nothing on New Orleans. Like they weren't any good, and they finally sent him out. But like, he completely changes the complexion of that Clippers team. Like that Clippers team is not even sniffing a top 3-4 seed without him. Like Blake Griffin's not doing that by himself. And then he goes to Houston, and he's a hamstring injury away from an NBA title. Like if the Cavs, I don't think the Cavs are beating them.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I'm acting like out of myself by taking like Westbrook over him. Actually,
And
I
then
would have Paul 4. I think.
And then the whole thing with Phoenix, he turns Phoenix into, like, obviously Booker's the guy on that team, but they're not making the finals without Chris Paul.
I agree.
Thunder don't have that rejuvenated. See, obviously, like that he was the catalyst, obviously, and like because then the next year the Thunder went back to like not being that great. The next year after CP3 left,
Yeah.
and then obviously then it went up on that, but. I think just his impact alone, and obviously all these guys, if you're talking top 5, have impact, but like, I don't know.
I think I've talked myself into I'm not having John Stockton in my top 5.
He's definitely there for me. I just can't ignore, and like I said, I don't watch his highlights and get excited like I do when I watch Westbrook or even Chris Paul early on, and even later in his career, he was still doing crazier stuff than Stockton. There comes a point where I can't ignore the stats, no matter what era you're in.
Where I'm at with that is like, okay, if I want to say that, then I would have to take Westbrook. But if it's an eye test thing, which I think Stockton passes, like if it's coming down to the eye test, I would go Nash. So I don't know. I think I'd have Nash at 5 because this should be my list, right? And what I value and how
100%.
How I
So
would
what's
stack
your
them up.
5?
So my 5 would then, I guess I would settle on. I would also, if I'm doing like a top 10 GOAT list, like Magic would be above Curry, but I'm not. These are just the 5 best I think I've ever seen. So I would go Curry 1, Magic 2, Isaiah Thomas 3, Chris Paul 4, and then Nash, I guess 5. But Kidd, Westbrook, Stockton are all really close.
I mean, I like that. My top 5 personally would go Magic, Curry, Stockton, CP3, Isaiah Thomas. Leaving out Westbrook. Westbrook is that 6. And then I think there's the tier down where it's like the Big O, because Westbrook just did what Big O did better. And I know Big O came first, but I think just Westbrook just elevated what he did. And then in the next tier is where I would have all the rest of those guys. What about Tiny Nate Archibald?
No, I'm good. I was gonna say I should probably like say Jerry West's name.
Oh, I had him on my list
Nowhere
too.
close for me. No, I'm good. And like Bob Cousy, I'm good.
No, I'm
Gary
sorry.
Payton's a guy though. Shout out to Gary Payton.
Yeah,
Gary
there just
Payton's
wasn't.
the guy.
Gary Payton 100% is a guy. I was about to say there wasn't enough offense for me, but he averaged he definitely had offensive seasons that were serviceable for that category. Cade, what's your top 5? So I know you're still debating it in your head. You had to give one though.
I'm gonna go Magic, Curry, CP3, Stockton, and 5 is a toss up. Like I think I would I want to put Nash there for now because I don't know. There's something for me with Westbrook, and maybe it's just from like that like since like 2020 on just left a bad taste in my mouth, but there's something like so hollow feeling there for me, and I don't know what it is.
Me too. That's why I eventually ended up talking myself out of it.
I think it's also just the state of media that we're in now too. Because I mean, how can you not feel a certain way when for 10 years straight people on Twitter just made fun of Westbrook and called him a stat patter, and you may not believe that, but that still influences your decision, I think. I think that's where the hollow feeling may come.
Maybe.
From all the negativity that other people project onto him. So
Maybe.
I don't know, but I think when I was doing the list, I'm like, there could be so many guys. Like, it's only Magic Johnson, Curry, and I know he said Stockton's locked in, but realistically, I don't think he is because he's not a top 20, 25, 30 player of all time. Or maybe he is, but you know what I'm talking about? Like Curry and Magic, and then after that, it's like, what do you even do?
Yeah. It's also hard in thinking, like, because a lot of these guys, like, for me, the biggest thing is, like, obviously numbers are always there, but, like, the impact they have. So when I come down to that fifth spot, I'm thinking Nash and Russ. It's hard because I look at Russ and he was a number one and couldn't do it, but Nash was a 1A, 1B with another, like, with, like, Stat or Dirk or whatever it was, and he couldn't even get to the finals.
Yeah.
Or did he? No,
Wait,
he
who?
wasn't on that 06 team.
Who?
Nash
you
wasn't
talking
on that 06 Mavs team. He was on the. He won. That was an MVP at the Suns, right?
Yeah.
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 So it's like he was 1A, 1B with another really good player and can never even get there. So like it's hard.
Nash also is another weird case study because he's one of the only players where it's like people try to discredit other players all the time, and usually I'm not for it. 98% of the time I'm not. Those two MVPs probably deserved one of them. Two of them, I can't go. And I'm never going to take away from a guy. Like, I don't try to do that at all because if you win MVP, you win MVP. Like, you were MVP of the league. I don't think the offensive production, scoring-wise, was there enough to be MVP twice in our league.
Isn't that what makes it so hard, like, to find the balance in this, though? Because, like, he beat out Kobe averaging, like, I think 34 to win an MVP like this. Like, did he deserve that? I mean, MVP's become a stat thing in our age, but he clearly was passing eye tests for everyone back then, too.
Yeah.
And it's like comparing him to Westbrook now is kind of, in their legacies, is kind of like a similar conversation. Like, I value Nash more, and neither of them won shit, but like just watching them play, you could tell that Nash is more valuable to winning, and that's why he has two MVPs. And I think I would put the argument out there that the MVP that he won over Kobe that everybody always talks about, like his team won a lot of games that season, and during his era with the Suns, like he had a 1B, don't get me wrong, or maybe he was I don't know, but I think that's really valuable to have, and you could tell that he's very valuable for winning, and that's the Chris Paul argument too, is it not?
Yeah.
So I don't know.
I
That's
think
what makes it so difficult.
the MVP just gets more hypocritical every year. The cycle begins again because
Yeah.
when Russell Westbrook won it after averaging a triple-double, which obviously the accomplishment was there and stuff, the Thunder won like 46 games, and then you had James Harden averaging basically a triple-double. He was averaging like 29, 12 assists, and like 6 rebounds, and his team won 60 games. In that year, I was like, I know he just averaged a triple-double. I know this is a legacy thing. I think Harden deserved the MVP that year.
See, I did too, especially back then, but looking back on it now, like, wouldn't that feel wrong?
That's what I'm saying, though. It's
I
like,
think
where
they
does
made the right decision, and I didn't think it was at the time. Like, I do think Harden was more valuable back then, but looking back on the state of the league over the years, like, not giving Westbrook MVP for that statistical season would be wrong, I think.
Was that a Paul George year? Like the year when he was with Russ?
I think
No,
No,
this was
no.
before.
So then that goes back to the whole point where it's like, yeah, the Rockets are the Rockets because of what James Harden's doing, but the team itself is also better than what that Thunder team was.
that's true.
Like, you got to look at how much, like, without Harden, the Rockets are probably 45 to 50. without Russ, the Thunder were probably sitting 30 to 35, maybe even less.
Probably less.
That Thunder team was brutal. Like
It was brutal.
Roberson, and is that when they had Baisley playing a bunch? I think Baisley was after that time period. But
Yeah, I think
Terrence
he was after.
Ferguson. Like
No,
they were
you're
bad.
you're completely right when it comes to that. But that's what I'm saying. It's like Harden won exponentially more.
Yeah.
Like compared to Steve Nash won exponentially more.
Yeah, right.
But he didn't, you know what I mean? He didn't win it, and his stats were definitely MVP worthy. My argument comes in where it's like Steve Nash won an MVP averaging 15 points.
Yeah.
It's like, from me as a perspective, I don't care what time period I'm in. I don't care if I was the same age I am now back then. I would still been like, I don't think 15 points is MVP worthy. Even though he is creating he's creating however many points, a lot of points. But
I
any other
understand your mindset.
Yeah.
I do. I have another question. Did you say your top 5?
yeah,
Yours
I got
was?
my top 5
Okay.
out. Yep.
Is there I don't want to spend too much time on this topic, but do you think there's anyone that like is close? Any young point guard now that like has any chance to like make the top 10 in this list even?
Shea.
Because like, oh yeah.
Yeah, I know you're.
I don't think of him the same way I think of point guards like these guys. You know what I mean?
No, that's
think
true.
That kind of tripped me up.
I think it's tough.
I think like Luka is like maybe
Yeah.
in that argument, but like at what point do we start talking about Luka? Because like he's been putting up these ridiculous numbers for so long now, and it's
And how long?
like, is it just going to be another year, 8 more years of putting up crazy stats and not winning it all? Is that what it's going to take?
This is a stupid
in this
question
conversation?
too. Maybe people have different perspective. How long has he been a point guard? Like, he was a small forward for his like first two and a half years in the league.
For a while now.
Yeah, for a long time now, but I'm still saying, at what point do we start saying his point guard years to consider him? Like, he's a point guard now, but
Will
when
he be
does that
remembered as a point guard even? Like, will he just be remembered as
as a big wing?
as like a thing? I don't know.
I don't know.
Entity?
So
I don't know.
Basketball Reference has him as a point guard since his second year.
Okay.
All right, then. I mean, maybe it was earlier than I remember. I'm fine with it. I mean, I love Luka, so.
A 6'8" point guard.
I think both of them might have a chance to be in a top 5. I think Shea has a
Magic
really,
was
really
6'9".
strong chance based on the way we talk about accolades. So
Yeah, Shea already has the ring argument off. It doesn't matter if he wins another one. Like, he got his. The Big O has his. Obviously, if you want to be in that upper echelon, I guess with Curry and Magic Johnson, you got to have at least 3, probably. Like, nobody's going to let you.
Yeah, barring him staying healthy, probably an MVP this year.
Another MVP.
Just because, I mean, Jokic, I think, is 1 game away from missing the games requirement.
Yeah, I don't think he'll get it.
Games requirement was dumb as hell.
I think it's a good idea. It's just, I like your idea where it's like it should be like a certain percentage of the games rather than just 65. Like, it should be if you played. What was your number? You said this like months ago. You said like.
Yeah, I don't even remember, to be honest.
It should be like, in my opinion, like 58 to 59 games. And that's only 7 games less, so if you have a major injury, you're probably going to miss it anyways. But
missing 17 games is not enough to like take away a historic statistical season from getting an MVP, in my opinion. I think that's ridiculous.
I agree. I don't know.
But that's all I pretty much have to say about that topic. I think Cade's had a pretty good start to his career, but are the statistical numbers there for it? I don't know.
Cade also, too. Cade, I mean, he could obviously get better, but it's like he has some clear flaws that might hold him back. This year it might hold him back.
Yet.
He can't really shoot well, which obviously some guys on the list can't shoot at all. That we
I
just
think that's
going to
come around for him just based on what we knew of him in high school and college. Like, he was a really good shooter, so I don't know. But
he has some turnover issues. I mean, all point guards have turnover issues, but I mean, that's something to keep an eye on.
I just feel like there's like a shocking lack of like true number 1 guards coming up through the ranks nowadays. You know what I mean? Like, I think like the true point guard as a star is kind of dying.
What's your thoughts on Steph Castle?
I love Castle. Is that a 1 guard?
Also, to me,
Like,
Steph,
that's another question.
He certainly feels like one.
he feels like one, but to me, the better question is over under 3.5 All-Stars. That's how I feel about him right now.
I think I'd
don't
have
put-
to take that under 3.5.
That's what I'm saying.
But 3.5 is just a lot. I really do like him.
I don't know. He's averaging 16 and a half and 7 with like a steal and a half a game.
No, he's a great player. It just
It's just, we're talking about a really high bar here. Is really what
That's what I'm
trying to
saying.
talk about.
Well, no,
It's
that was
like-
more so in reference of All-Stars. Like, you don't think those All-Stars are going to come if he's doing this as a 21-year-old?
Think about some of the numbers that guys are putting up now that like missed the All-Star game.
yeah,
I guess
you're right.
I guess the real
what I mean?
look at it is what guards are in the way of him from becoming an All-Star.
My thing is, I'm not worried about how many All-Stars Castle gets. I think he's going to be phenomenal. Like, I think he's going to matter more for winning than a lot of these guys that are making All-Star teams above him. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's how I feel.
If you told me right now that like I'm not even going to say the core, but just between Wemby and Castle, if they're on the Spurs, if they don't win at least a championship, I'd be shocked.
I'm with you. I didn't know.
I think I would too.
I didn't
think
know
I would
what threshold you were talking about though. Just with like Castle, like as a player, I think he's going to be great. I think he's going to contribute to winning. Offensive production, great defender. It's like, what are you saying? Do you think he's going to become
I'm not
a
saying
perennial
he's going to end
All-Star?
up top 5. That was just more so in the thing of like young guards that.
Could do it potentially.
He's up there. I do like the answer. I mean, for me, Castle. What I said before the draft last year, I would have taken him first. Probably like my best take I've had in any drafts because they're usually horrible.
take.
But at the same time, though, I don't know how much of that lead guard work over the next like 5 years is really going to be in his hands because I still think Harper like projects long term.
I think
I'm still
yeah.
really in on Dylan Harper. Like I didn't lose any Dylan Harper stock. I know some people are getting a little bit nervous, but I mean, it was always going to be hard for him this year to fit in, right? With them trying to make a serious push at winning and having Fox and Castle, who have been balling for a year and a half. Or Castle's been balling for a year and a half now. Fox is obviously a baller. It was always going to be weird this year, but I don't know. I think Castle's always going to be at that point where it's like where the touch is really coming from.
Yeah.
No, I agree. We are at 27 minutes. I kind of want to move on just to.
I know. I just love that conversation.
No, I loved it too, and
We
that
should move
I said it
forward.
before show. I love having those little side tangents too.
I think down the road we should do with Chris Paul retiring a sports meme draft or top whatever because that
Yeah, that'd be good.
100%.
scoring to cut it to 43 is up there.
I think phenomenal mini idea sidebar that we should do in a future episode is over under future All Stars. I think that
Yeah,
could be
that'd
very
be
Oh yeah, wow. Let's do
Yeah.
it. I'm definitely down for that. Next topic, Kevin Durant. We have to talk about it. His burner just apparently got leaked. I will say this, I've been going around stating it like it's a fact. Is it a fact? Is it confirmed that was him? I know he would never come out and say, "Yeah, that was me." But like, do we have like it's very presumptuous that it's him, but is it him?
I'm still very undecided on if that was him.
I mean, he hasn't. He said in an interview he was like, I'm not discussing Twitter stuff. Like,
He didn't
I don't-
deny it in the interview.
Exactly. He said he wasn't going to discuss it. Which also, first of all, one of the biggest storylines of your career is your presence on social media. So I don't know why you wouldn't talk about that. And then second of all, why wouldn't you just deny it? Even if it's not true, even if it was you, I would just deny that. How much more could it really blow up in your face?
Yeah, and also at the end of the day, you're Kevin Durant. Like, it doesn't matter to me.
No,
Like,
it doesn't
yeah,
matter.
I think Kevin Durant has every right in the world to talk crap on teammates. Like,
You say that positively. At the end of the day, it's Kevin Durant. I say it negatively. At the end of the day, it's Kevin Durant. That's why he will never be a top 10 player of all time, because of stuff like this. And if you have him in your top 10, sure, you could have him top 10 there. It's because of stuff like this. It's because when you talk about top 10 players of all time, we're not just talking top 10 hoopers. We're talking top 10 accolades, legacy, how you present yourself, leadership, how you uplifted your teammates. And I'm sorry, he's never done that throughout his career. He's made teams better.
But, like, that's also slippery slope because, like, MJ was petty as hell too. Like,
no, look, MJ was petty. He had his leadership problems. He punched Steve Kerr. And I don't really love MJ, so whatever. You could slander him as much as you want. When it came to on the court, he would yell at guys. He would demand excellence. He was a leader when it came to on the court because he was going to give you 40 and he was going to get on your ass if you're not good. But Kevin Durant, it's like Jabari Smith Jr. takes that shot. Keep in mind, Jabari Smith Jr. is still a young player in this league, and you just see him shake his head and go back down the court, doesn't say a thing. Like, that's not what a leader is. That's not what winning that's why when he went to Golden State, won those 2 rings, it's like, yeah, because you played with a bunch of guys who were already great. It's like some teams you got to build up, and he just can't do it. He never could do it. That's why the Suns never had a chance. That's why the Nets never had a chance. Well, they had a chance. That was injuries, but that's why it never worked out anywhere but Golden State.
I definitely understand where you're coming from with like the criticism of KD's character, and you know, me and you feel pretty similarly about that. Like, I've never been the biggest Durant fan. I do think he's a snake, and I don't like him because of what happened when he went to Golden State. But everything behind that, like, we always knew that this is the type of teammate that he was, and just like the way that he responds to people on Twitter, like, this is the most KD shit. I seriously, I would not have guessed any other person would have done this in the league before KD. But I'm really on the fence about the whole situation because, like, those are private text messages that you don't expect to get out. Yeah. And I'm not justifying what he's saying about his teammates at all. But, like, I think the easiest way to put it is, like, I know LeBron's texting somebody or telling somebody in his life that his teammates are fucking idiots. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I don't think that should be held against KD. I don't. It's unfortunate. I feel for him in a way.
Wait.
Like,
so
honestly,
were those? So I guess I'm a little confused. Were those personal texts with like
DMs?
It was DMs on his like burner fake account. Like, he's in.
But they're DMs
like,
with random
groups.
people.
They're. I don't think they're random to him. Like, they're like Twitter friends to him. You know what I mean? They're like his buddies.
I mean, I guess.
Which is so crazy.
Which is crazy.
Yeah, it's insane.
Like, yeah, I mean, I guess you're right. I did say that too when I was kind of thinking about it in my head. I'm like, it does kind of suck because I do agree that other players, probably every player in the NBA says stuff behind closed doors or over text, but you can't like expect animosity for how long he's been in the league, how long he's been active on Twitter with people that you've never met in real life. If that was his boys group chat and it got leaked, one of his boys leaked it, I would feel for him 100%. And if it was in text message, I would be like, yeah, that should have never got leaked. That's personal. You could say whatever you want in the text with your boys, not with Twitter friends.
Yeah, he's definitely taking risk.
Yeah, oh yeah, for sure. But
I agree, though. I do feel on a certain level for him. That's his personal messaging, but, I mean, God damn.
Yeah, I mean, just airing out your teammates in, like, such a vulgar way to people that you've never met in person, like, not a great idea, but at the end of the day, they're private messages. I don't know. For some reason, some part of me thinks, like, there's, like, strikingly little to say about the situation. Like, he shouldn't have been doing it, but at the same time, they shouldn't have got leaked, and, like, that's pretty much my stance on it. I think the more interesting part is, like, I'm shocked that, like, he didn't, like, acknowledge it more in, like, a press conference, because I don't think this is, like, going to go unnoticed by his teammates. Like, I don't think this is just something that you're going to brush under the rug. Like, I think this is something that could destroy a locker room and the chemistry. And, like, none of these players are getting off this team soon. Like, him and Jabari and somebody else, Tari, like, all these people are going to be around for a minute. Like, you guys might want to have a talk, and maybe they're doing it behind closed doors, but what does KD do behind closed doors at this point? It doesn't seem like a lot. So,
to me, his response to those questions the other day was very much one that was like, I've had a conversation with the guys already. Because, like, yeah, he did throw out, like, me and them are all good, but, like, I think as soon as that happens, like, he probably went and talked with them and said, this wasn't meant to get out, blah, 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 blah. I don't know. Because you certainly, doing it to the media is one thing. Like, I don't care if he's not denying it or not speaking out in the media, but if he's not addressing it behind closed doors, then it's a problem.
Yeah, I think this is one of my better takes beginning of the year, I made a video. I have like 3 videos on my Wells Knows Ball account. And I said everyone was projecting this Houston Rockets team to already be a title contender. And I said, can you trust KD as a leader? It's like the team looks great on paper, and obviously they have their problems at point guard. That's why it's not always working on the basketball court. Sengun's struggling on defense, and then Thompson didn't take the jump that everyone thought he would. But I was really sitting there and like, wow, I called that. Because him as a leader has always been questionable, and everybody's just like, no, it's just he loves basketball and that's it. And he's a quiet leader. Why does no one yell at Kawhi? No, because Kawhi is like a respectable leader.
That's a laughable comparison, yeah.
That's what I'm saying. It's like I just saw that in certain comments because they're like, well, Kawhi doesn't talk. Kawhi doesn't yell at his teammates. Kawhi might not demand the best out of them. And I'm like, Kawhi has always been a respectable guy, no scandals, which this is also blown out of proportion. KD didn't go and do something crazy. You know what I mean? He didn't do anything illegal, but it's like, I don't know. I'm just so upset with how people like defend KD.
You go, Chooch.
I can't believe how, this is a quick comment, but after that first game of the season against the Thunder and how encouraging that was, I'm ready to sell all of my Rockets stock. I just don't have any confidence in them at this point.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
me and you.
Just the way that the Adams going out was really, really the nail in the coffin for me. Like the way that they like to play their brand of basketball and dominate on the boards every night. I don't know, not trading for a guy at the deadline, whether it be to replace some of that rebounding that Adams left behind or to get a real point guard in the building and let Amen and Reed do more of their things. I just don't like the way that the roster's built, honestly.
Yeah, something's been wrong there for a month or two.
And now you throw this KD gasoline on it. This feels like a disaster waiting to happen for me.
Yeah.
What were you going to say, Cade?
It was semi-off topic, but the clip of LeBron when he's watching the film on the tablet and it was Gabe Vincent did something wrong and he signals to the players on the bench. He's behind Gabe Vincent and he's just and then Gabe Vincent got traded 2 days later.
Yeah, that is hilarious.
Also, we didn't even mention it. All of the KD screen grabs are hilarious.
Oh yeah,
they're hilarious.
Cocaine bear calling Westbrook, that's the funniest comment I've ever heard.
He is one of the guys, but that's not good when you're supposed to be a perennial top 10 all-time player.
Yeah,
when that stuff gets leaked, if one of us said it, I would be dying laughing, and it's awesome. When he says it, I have to criticize him because he's held to a higher standard, and also he makes $500 million annually.
Yeah.
So, well, I mean, that's really all there is to say unless we have more comments. I just wanted to talk about that, get my rant out. KD, I haven't been your friend since 2017. Don't request me on any social media. I won't accept it. Next up, I do you guys want to talk about Tyreek right now, or do you want to save that for a little clip at the end? Because we're kind of on our basketball thing. Do you want to get basketball out of the way?
Well, what's after Tyreek? What else were you going to talk about?
Tyreek, I guess just the second half of this NBA season, what we think, what's going on. I was going to talk about the Magic a little bit, and then college basketball, and then we do our games. So do you want to get Tyreek out of the way? Do you want to save him? Do you want to talk about the next half of the NBA season? Doesn't matter to me. We could talk about anything.
Let's stay on our basketball, and if we want to touch on Tyreek, we can.
All right, cool. So obviously All-Star break, second half of the season coming up. Pistons at the top of the East. Top of the West is still the Thunder. The Nuggets have not looked great since Jokic coming back. I kind of wanted to talk about that a little bit. He's been struggling. I saw a stat. He has 33 turnovers since he got back. He had a 9 turnover game a couple nights ago against the Jazz or whatever it was. Not a couple nights ago, before the All-Star break. Anything you guys are excited for? Do you think any teams are going to fall out? Do you think any teams are going to take a jump? Are the Raptors going to keep this up? The Hornets look awesome. I think the Hornets are going to pass the Magic. I'll wait to do my Magic rant in a minute because I want to just talk about everything general first.
I think in the East, clear teams in danger of falling out of the top 6 are the Sixers and the Magic. I think the Hornets are going to pass at least one of them by the end of the season. I'm not very confident that the Sixers stay in the top 6, to be honest. And I just made a lot of comments on the last episode criticizing the Magic and Mosley, and they're not really healthy. And I mean, like, listen, the season, granted, if we get 1 seed less than the Magic, way more of a disaster season for the Magic than it was for us. Like, don't get me wrong, I get that. But the point of time that we're at here with the record that we have, and we're in 6th place and ahead of the Magic, like, I would be really shocked if the Magic don't pick it up once they start to get healthy down the stretch and pass us off. And I think the Hornets are going to too. And I honestly just think that's a testament to how bad the Sixers handled their roster at the deadline. Because now Embiid's starting to really load manage his injuries. Like, who could have fucking saw that coming? And now they have lost, I think, 5 of their last 10 after they won 8 of their last 10, like 3 days before I looked at this. I don't know. Like, they just started losing games nightly down the stretch, and now we're coming back, and Embiid's not playing tonight against the Hawks. We'll probably play down to competition, which we always do. I'm really worried about the Sixers in the East. I'm really worried about the Magic, too, but I already talked about them.
Well, Franz
I'm intrigued by the
too.
Hornets. So.
Franz is out for the next 3 weeks. He's going to get reevaluated. I'll talk about the Magic real quick. There's 2 sides to the coin. I'll take the first side, right? Flip the coin, you land on heads, the season's over. Franz is easily, at this point, our best player. Paulo just has a terrible shot diet. His playmaking has gone down. His rebounding is kind of up. He's playing solid defense. That's about it. That's what you expect from a role player, not a guy that was projected to be an all-NBA guy. So that's one of the most annoying things. You can blame the injuries, but at the end of the day, you still have Desmond Bain playing every game. Paulo Banchero's been healthy for a good chunk of the season now. Anthony Black's rise has been awesome, right? It's everything else. It's not the injuries. I'm done blaming the injuries, which, I mean, the Magic definitely do have a right to blame the injuries. Jamal Mosley doesn't know how to run rotations right now, and I don't blame him because guys are in and out of the lineup, but 2 years ago when we were healthy, he didn't know how to run lineup, so that's out the window. The big man play is just subpar, and we all knew it was, but we thought it was going to be masked by everything else going on. It's not. They don't grab rebounds. They lose the rebound battle every night. Goga's taking a step back. Moritz Wagner just came back, but you can't expect him to bounce back from an ACL right away. Wendell Carter Jr. has some nights where he looks like Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Other nights he looks like, you know what? He came to mind, Theo Maledon. I don't know. He just looks awful. That's basically what I'm saying. And then you have the other side of the coin where it's like, let's be optimistic. Paulo Banchero, this is your time. Okay, this is your wake-up call. You just got a bunch of rest. It's time to put this team on your back. 30 games left. Propel us out of the play-in, because if we are in the play-in, that's one of the most devastating seasons from a team I've seen in the last 5 years, because everyone had them in the top 3, top 2 when it came to the standings, and it's just ridiculous at this point. So, Paulo, let's turn it back up, get to the rim, grab rebounds, be present on the court, because he doesn't look present a lot of the time. That's the annoying part. He looks lazy, he looks lackadaisical, every terrible adjective in the book. Turn it around now. This is your time. We're still in the play-in. Do your thing. That's all I got to say.
I have a question for, I guess, both of you. What, like, are you just looking for just strong down the stretch and just have a horse in the race? Because obviously I'm saying this knowing that, like, the Knicks are a crapshoot sometimes, but, like, I find it really hard seeing how the second round isn't just the top 4.
No, I agree. I think the second round is just going to be the top 4.
What, in the East
Like,
specifically or everywhere?
Yeah, in the East. I have no confidence that this Sixers team could win more than one playoff series, and I think they would be it would take a sweeping heap of luck that the Sixers never have in order for that to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't really see a scenario where it's not.
I think if we're at full strength, we still lose to any of the top 4 teams in a 7-game series, and, like, are we ever going to be at full strength? It feels like no. So, I think we're cooked.
What's the top 4 right now? It's Celtics, Pistons, Cavs.
Pistons,
Next
Celtics,
three,
Knicks,
Cavs,
Cavs.
4.
Yeah, I don't see any world where
I'm not scared of the play-in. The play-in's the battle for the 10 seed is going to be one of the worst displays of all time.
of
You're
playoff
between-
basketball. Yeah,
I think the Hornets are going to play out of it, but right now, it's the Hawks, Bulls, and Bucks. None of those teams are even remotely close to playoff rosters. Who's the best player out of those? Is Jalen Johnson the best player out of those 3 teams that's active right now?
Yeah.
And it's by far, probably.
Yeah.
and he's also inconsistent.
And
I know he's
and
averaging
that
24,
battles
10, and
injury.
8, but yeah.
And I could already just see it. That's where the Sixers are going to end up. And it was such a promising start to the season. And that's where we're going to end up. And that's where I belong, honestly. But I mean, it wasn't my question to answer for the Magic, but I still have a little bit of hope for the Magic. At the end of the day, they just haven't been healthy. I haven't really seen them at full strength. I know their lineup with Suggs, Franz, and Black is one of the best in the league. Their minutes with Paulo, Franz, and Suggs all together as well is one of the best in net rating, but they've played 130 minutes together. There's just a weird world where they get healthy and it works. It's not over for them. The Sixers, it's over. They're just not good enough to beat anybody. And the Raptors are at 5, and I think they're going to stay there unless the Hornets come up and somehow miraculously pass them. Because I think the Magic are going to hover at 6. I think they're going to end up there. But the Raptors are going to be 5-ish, and I don't think they have I like the Sixers' chances more than I like the Raptors.
Yeah.
East should be a 14 playoff. I don't need to see anything else. Hornets could be fun, actually, so I don't want to take anything.
Is
away from
LaMelo
them.
okay?
Magic could be fun.
Yeah,
After
he is
his
okay,
little
surprisingly.
accident?
Oh, I saw that. Dude, he's always in next.
Dude, why? And I sent this to Chooch. At what point are we going to stop acting like what he does is cute? And sure, you got in a
never
car
thought
accident.
it was. Dude, those videos of when everyone was laughing, they're like, oh, look at LaMelo speed out of the parking lot. It's dude, what are we talking about? Nice. He's a cool car. He's speeding out of parking lot as there's cars oncoming. How many times have you seen a video on Instagram Reels where a guy speeds out of a turn and immediately just boomerangs into a wall or something? And there's just a bunch of kids and people standing there. It was always so stupid to me.
Dude, he's 20. He's 24 now. I just looked that up because I just needed to know how exactly old he is. Pulling that shit, and he just got a flaming hot Cheetos toe tattoo.
What?
Oh, dude, I was
come
never on any
bro.
of. All the.
He's
balls,
24,
bro.
carrying himself like he's a sophomore in high school.
It's the least surprising thing. All of these, I never could bring myself to any of them. None of them.
Oh,
The
I
Ball
always
brothers?
really liked Lonzo.
I'm
Lonzo's
I've
always been
out
cool.
on all of them.
Really?
I
But
liked Lonzo. I always thought he was humble.
he was.
Literally everybody else in that family.
Yeah. I mean, I became a fan of him when he crossed that guy up and then helped him up. Which also, too, I really quick want to talk about that clip real quick. Did the play get called dead? Do you guys have any clue? Or did
When
he
picked him
travel
up,
to
I don't even know.
Did he travel to pick him up because they were up so much? That would have been tough. Either way, it's not what we're talking about. Yeah, LaMelo's a child. And it's sad to see because he has all the talent in the world. He plays like he's a child, too. You see his step back one-legged threes that go in one every 20 attempts.
Yeah, what? Yeah, dude.
They get posted on ESPN and all these Glazers in the comments are like, he's doing this, what? He's doing this to NBA type of defense. And I'm like, he's not doing it. He's getting lucky one every 15 attempts. And he's hurting his team the other attempts.
I remember early on, right after they got drafted, there were a specific couple of our friends, I won't talk about them, but they were all in on LaMelo, and I was like, I like Edwards. This is during the draft cycle and everything. And I just remember I died on the hill that LaMelo is this AAU TikTok hooper. And it literally, it's only improving. It's only getting better with time. When he was younger, the vision was so much better and he was attacking the rim, and now he's just out there shooting shit, man.
Now it's
Remember
just
when,
AI
remember
stock.
when Ant was the one that was like having character? Like, does he even love the game?
That's like kind of the Darryn Peterson thing that's going on, but
Ant was never
I'll
checking
leave that
himself
up for
out.
now.
We
No,
could
I know.
we could segue into that
Yeah,
playing
that's the
off of
perfect
that.
segue.
That's the perfect segue. People have been comparing Anthony Edwards and Darryn Peterson. Like the controversy with Anthony Edwards was like, oh, he said he wants to play in the NFL rather than the NBA. With Darryn Peterson, he just isn't playing. And I know, Chooch, you have a lot to say about this. I'll give you the floor. But that comparison is stupid. I just want to make that clear.
Real quick before you go, Chooch. Also, like, not saying that it's acceptable at all to ever flame out or whatever. Darryn Peterson is playing for a top 10 team in the country in dogfights, sat out of a top 5 matchup the other day, or top 10 matchup the other day. Anthony Edwards was playing for Georgia. Like, yeah, he chose Georgia, but, like, it's completely different. But anyway, Chooch, you go.
I just want to, like, my whole takeaway from this, I'm not going to, like, go through and explain everything for the, like, everyone knows the Darryn Peterson talk right now, I think, about him not playing and seemingly subbing himself out of games and opting out of games and coming into practice, coming into warm-ups before games and saying he has an injury. Like, it's just a lot of really weird stuff going on. But the takeaway is, like, for me, is in a class this talented with DeBonsa and Boozer, but not even just them, beyond guys like them. You get opportunity, if you're a bad team, to take a guy like Flemings, Keaton Wagler from Illinois, like Acuff just went crazy, and Fallon or however you say his name was hooping as well. Like, it is really concerning. I would not take him over, definitely not Boozer and DeBansa, but like, this is concerning to me. I would never, like, I want to know that my guy loves hooping, and the Ant questions about loving hooping were just stupid. Like, this is, like, a real thing to me. Do you care about winning for Kansas? Do you care about it improving their odds to win the Big 12? Do you care about improving their odds to make a title run? Like, it literally seems like every move that he's making right now is to better his draft. I mean, playing-wise, better his stats, I guess, because in the grand scheme of things, I don't see how NBA GMs could be looking at this and it's improving his draft stock. Like, I don't know. I don't think it's crazy to say, basically, I'm walking away from this Darryn Peterson nonsense that he started. I would not be able to draft him. Disgusting amount of immense talent that he has, I would not be able to draft him over disgusting talents like DeBansa and Boozer if he's acting like this. That's the bottom line for me.
Yeah.
No, I mean, I'm with you. I said it before. It's like he's one of the most talented players I've ever seen step on a basketball court. And I know that's Glaze. He hasn't proven anything yet. But he literally, every stat line is just efficient buckets. For a freshman wing, a freshman guard, that's just not normal, right? He's making a bunch of threes that he takes. He's shooting like 42% from three. He's good at the rim. He's really good anywhere scoring-wise. But the love for the game, it's just like, is it there? It reminds me a lot of, and I wasn't even like tapped in for this because I was tapped in, but like the Ben Simmons stuff at LSU. It's like he had problems there, and there was no real question about whether or not he loved the game, but it's just the attitude thing.
Yeah, I think he was just an idiot that had an attitude issue.
Yeah,
it's
his problem.
In I'm talking about the attitude wise. It's like I don't think GMs and scouts look at that enough. And Ben Simmons was great in the NBA, right? And then he had the back injury. He had a lot of confidence issues. It's not the same situation, but you got to look at these guys' psyches to see if they're really about that. If you're going to take them first, second, third overall,
I think that it will be a like if you're drafting in the top 5, I think that it's a little bit different with Bill Self in Kansas because if you're going, I don't even know who. I don't like. It wasn't Will Wade yet at LSU. I don't think Will Wade was there yet at LSU when it was Ben Simmons. It was probably some like bum who doesn't have a job anymore. But Bill Self, I think, will be able to tell you straight up because the guy's been around, and I don't think he's going to sugarcoat it. So it's like you can probably get a good gist there. But my thing is, like, I know he gives like with him. You might be top 3 national champion favorite. You've won without him. You can fare without him. At what point does he just lay down the law? And whether that be like, I'm going to sit you, But like at that point, it's almost like opposite because it's like, at what point is he like, I'm not going to take you out of the game, or like you're gonna play how I want you to play? Because you're the coach, dude. Like, stand up. And I know that might be a tricky line, but at a certain point, like, I'm sure other guys on the team were getting a little sick and tired of it. That you have to answer. Like, Bill Self has to go up there and answer for this guy. Chooch, I know you said before we started recording, he sounded like he was getting tired of it. At what point, like, do you go up there after a game, especially, God forbid, a loss, and it's like I have to answer questions about my best player not being on the floor? So either he's just got to go out there and say, "Listen, tough shit. Like, I don't care if you have a flu. I don't care if you have this, that, the other thing. You're playing, and you're going to play for 30 minutes a night at minimum."
My thing is, I mean, more impressive wins without him than with him.
Yeah.
And a lot of that has to do with the teams that you're playing and the games that he decides that he's not versus he is, which is very concerning that he doesn't want to play against these good teams. Nonetheless, just the talent and overall the high highs that Kansas has had this season and the low lows, like some really like concerning losses. This is just another distraction to the point where, and it seems like Self's starting to get annoyed with Peterson. At what point is this team so talented that you have to say, okay, we'll have a conversation behind closed doors. You could say you're stepping away, but like, I don't want this around my team right now if I'm Bill Self. Like, this team is good enough without Darryn Peterson. And you got to start thinking about the title opportunity that you have this year. And I don't think it's crazy. Like, hey, man, you were able to come here, put up crazy per 36 numbers. That's all it really seems like you want to do. You could sit out once these last 10 games start, and we're going to start focusing on life without you for the Big 12 tournament and the NCAA tournament.
I really think that's what he has to go to him with that, because you have to reflect. And I'd give him a deadline. I'd say, hey, listen, like, whatever you want to do it, but I need it by this date. And if you don't have an answer, you're done. Like, it's so hard to do because that's how good he is. But, like, you just got to do it at a certain point. You can't it's doing more harm than anything else.
This is also kind of a bigger scope idea I'm taking on it. This just shows like the next generation of players we have coming up. And I don't want to sound like an old head because I'm right with them. I'm in the same age range. But American basketball is so bad for these young guys nowadays, because Darryn Peterson, entirely growing up, he got told he was the best player on every court he stepped on, and that any team that gets him is the winner of the prize pool. Yep. That's why all these players are going through AAU, and they're, like you just said, AAU hoopers, and they just don't have the work ethic that these older guys used to have. And it's really showing with this Darryn Peterson situation.
I mean, to your point, it's like the classic, whether it's AAU or a high school coach, Darryn Peterson, it's clear as day, ran the team wherever he was. I bet you there's times where he just simply walked off the court and the coach is like, "What? Somebody else has to go up and check in. I guarantee it."
And then after that game, he told them he had a great game and glazed them.
Yeah,
telling you, nobody gives. I'm sure there are coaches out there, and Bill Self, Izzo, these guys are dealing with it right now. This new generation of players, and I'm 22. I'm right in the middle of it. And kids my age or kids that I'm acquaintances with have an ego. And it's like, I couldn't imagine them being a 5-star projected first overall pick in the NBA draft. Like, that has to be 10x what they are.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's just, and that's why European players might take over. And this year, another comment, I'm really happy that we're getting a bunch of college guys in the top of the draft rather than we've been seeing the Wembys and the Rissachays and the Sars. That's cool, but I like seeing the college route work. But I think that's just how it's going to be.
Yeah.
European hoops are just they just develop them better, and those guys have problems with the refs, and that was loud. But yeah, I don't know. I think it's ridiculous what the American basketball system's doing.
And this is a conversation for another day, because this is a huge slope that you could go down. But I don't know what what the paperwork and contracts look like. And I know it's so tough, because if you were to script it like of what I'm about to say, then the player's just going to be like, what the hell, I'm just going to go to UNC or Duke or whatever. Like, at what point do coaches, like, I bet Bill Self would love the opportunity be like, if you're not going to play or meet this limit, you're not going to see the rest of that NIL money. Like, Darryn Peterson is out there probably making, I don't know how much he's making, but it's at least 7 figures. And that's it. Doesn't matter to him. He's going out there putting up his numbers. He's looking at mock drafts saying, oh, I'm sitting pretty and I'm making a bag. So what does it matter? And especially, like, you're just going to have to get to a point where some of these players are just going to do that because they're getting paid. And I don't know what these contracts look like, but you have to add some clause in there. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just happy that it's shocking to me that Kansas has let it go on this far. I think is really something else that has surprised me. It feels very reminiscent of Jalen Johnson at Duke, and that was a different time because it was like the pandemic, and a lot of guys were like, I'm going to shut it down early. But it seemed like Johnson was only using Duke in a way that was beneficial for him. And then Coach K was like, that's not happening. And it seemed like there was like a behind doors conversation where it's like you could say you're stepping away, but realistically, I mean, I just don't think that's acceptable at a school like Duke. I don't think it's acceptable at a school like Kansas. I mean, Kansas is as blue blood as they come, and Self doesn't seem like the one to put up with shit like that. And I think that also just kind of gives a lot of insight into like the current player-based league that the NBA has become, but like NIL has just done it to college where, I mean, I just think we're giving players too much power. Like player empowerment is fantastic, but I mean, if it's at the point where a number one recruit could just go to Kansas and decide the games that he's going to play and the games he's not, it's just, it's gone too far.
Yeah, no, I'm completely with you. Darryn Peterson, just start playing. I think that's the best way to put it. You got to start doing something. Or Bill Self, you got to just lay down the law.
Yep.
Any other college basketball comments? I mean, Mick Cronin's been going crazy.
Oh, dude, that annoyed me
He's a
so
clown,
much.
dude.
That annoyed me so much, man. It's
He's
like,
such a weirdo.
And that guy, there's such strict things with journalism and stuff like that. That guy, I know, probably was fuming, and I hate that so much.
What he said to the journalist when he said that's officially the dumbest question. And what did he ask? He asked something about like the Michigan State student section?
Yeah, to be fair, kind of a dumb question. I think it was like what was your reaction to Michigan State chanting the player's name that you ejected or something like that? It's like, okay, kind of a dumb question. I'm fine with him saying it was a dumb question. The point where he was like so demeaning and he's like, are you raising your voice at me? It's like, shut it, dude. Shut it. You just completely disrespected a part of this guy's professional career and whatever. And he's not raising his voice. He's being like, what are you talking about? And to cut him off and say, he can shove it, man. Actually, he can shove it. And he's completely torpedoing a blue blood who was in a Final Four and an Elite Eight. Like, shove it. I'm happy that you had success at the American Athletic Conference Cincinnati, man. Like, good for you.
I really can't stand him. And those journalists are such strong people because I know if that guy was to talk back to him, that would probably be like a really bad look and he'd probably be like thrown off the beat or something. But like if that was my job and he said, "Did you just raise your voice at me?" I would be like, wow, man, that's pretty sad. Like I think I would just
I'll show you what raising my voice sounds like.
I think I would just be like, dude, that's so embarrassing. I feel bad for you. Like that would just be all I say back to him because it really is. Like that is, it's not even just like disrespectful. It's just like that's a childish way to handle your emotions. Like that is the way a toddler would react in an argument at school. Like that's disgusting.
The way he's handled the whole year, too, how he calls out his players every other press conference and just talks about how, some of these guys aren't going to be here next year. Some of them will be. We're going to make sure of that. Like, dude, you're such a loser. And like Cade said, you're ruining one of the blue bloods. Like, UCLA is a respectable program.
Did I miss something? Like, did the player talk back or something to Cronin, or did he literally just throw him out based on the play?
I think he was just mad that it was a dumb decision. It didn't look like the player was talking back when he got thrown off the court. I don't know.
It
if he
wasn't
said
even that
something
bad of
before.
a like. It wasn't like an egregious play. It is what it is. But
Yeah.
to toss him
Also,
for that.
it's so hypocritical because he just talks about how none of his players play with energy and how they've been underperforming all year. Then you have a guy who is putting in energy, who's hustling back down the court. And I actually heard a story that he was a Michigan State walk-on. He tried walking on to the Michigan State basketball team. He didn't make it, so then he transferred to UCLA, and now he's actually getting minutes with UCLA. So this is a little bit of a, like a revenge game, if you want to call it that. And then he, hard foul, whatever, like a tough play, and he just gets kicked out. Like, it was lame to begin with.
Yeah.
So
Also,
I
not
don't
for
know.
nothing. I don't remember. I wasn't looking at the scoreboard. What the score was, how much time was left. But you want to talk about completely shifting a game in another team's favor? First off, you're at their place. Every student, every fan in that place is going to take that and run with it. Not going to let any player or coach, definitely not going to let Cronin live that down for the rest of the game. And also, dude, if you're Tom Izzo and every Michigan State player on the other side, it's like, dude, they're in shambles over there. He just threw his own player out. Like, what a complete disadvantage he put his team at.
He'll never take accountability for it.
Brutal. Did you raise your voice? Just give me a break.
Such a clown. He might be clown of the week. We should probably introduce that segment.
Yeah, clown of the week.
Clown
for
of the
sure.
week.
I
And
don't
just
know,
pick
man.
out.
LaMelo's pretty close, but
I mean, look at.
Yeah,
I'm
but
glad
he's been doing that.
LaMelo's clown of the decade.
Yeah, he's been doing
Did you
that.
see the video? Like, what? Like, why was he in his lane?
Yeah, the side angle. Yeah,
Yeah, the
was definitely on
side
his phone.
angle.
He was 100% on his phone.
And it's funny. He might have been on IG Live, bro.
He had probably his hand deep in a bag of Flamin' Hop or something, bro.
Dude, when I saw the
It's not
second, and
real.
if he got hurt, I wouldn't be laughing about it, but he's completely fine. And, he's going to get that car repaired immediately, so whatever. Seeing that second angle, because I didn't really see, the best angle. Then I saw that, and I'm like, actually, what was he doing?
Also, ugly-ass car. What the hell was that?
Oh,
that looks like an
disgustingly ugly
AC-130,
car.
whatever the hell it's called.
I usually like to play devil's advocate with stuff like that, but nah, it was an ugly car. I can't get over that, dude. I'm just like, I saw the video, and I at work today, I was like, I audibly laughed.
And it was very cartoonish crash. Like the wheel just popped off.
It didn't look real. It looked like AI.
Yeah, like if you could put like a boing sound effect over it, and it would be like, yeah.
Maybe we should do that. No, we can't do that, but that would be absolutely hilarious. Yeah, for college basketball, I guess we could talk about the teams. We are currently at an hour and 7. So how do you think we should handle that? Should we go into our game section? Anything else to say about the state of college basketball, teams that we're looking out for, or?
Not really. I feel like we
I'm
can
good
touch more
college
on that.
basketball.
We can touch more on that as we get closer to March.
Yeah, no, that's fair. Okay, so I guess we'll get right into it. We're going to be playing Wavelength. Everybody knows how to play. We debated earlier how we were going to do it. So what we're going to do for everybody listening on only audio, 2 of us are going to be kind of the hosts. We're going to be the one giving the answers, and then the person trying to guess the number that we pick 1 through 10, they're going to have to ask each of us 2 questions each. So it could be any question too. This isn't sports related. So if we start with Chooch and he wants to ask, give me a brand of water, and I say Deer Park, then, correlate that number with it. So how do we want to start this? Do you want to start? I mean, we kept talking about Chooch being the one guessing the number, so I think it's only right he's the first one guessing the number.
Ooh, fun.
So how we're going to do it, me and Kate are going to communicate visually without saying the number. And Chooch, you're going to turn around so that we could decide which number we want to do. Don't look. Don't be a lame-o, bro.
Okay.
Okay.
Are we gonna
Chooch, we're ready?
alternate? Like you give one, then I give one, and then you give. Okay.
Yeah, Chooch is going to ask the question. So real quick, I'm going to get a TikTok thing in here. I'm trying to think of the intro for this, how this usually goes. We're going to be playing Wavelength. I don't know what to do. And the number we choose is, Hopefully we can cut that up. Okay. So we
I'm
have.
not editing that.
I'll go through all that slop. All right, Chooch, we have our number. You could ask. Who are you going to start with, me or Cade?
I'll start with you, Ginger Boy. Let me go with give me a Gatorade flavor.
Ooh, okay. A Gatorade flavor. So you. I don't know if you're familiar with it. I'm going to say it because I've had this one. I think it correlates well. Riptide Rush.
Oh,
Is that the strawberry one?
I'm a fan of Riptide Rush. It's like it's like purple.
Okay.
It's like a purple berry. It's like berry, right? I don't know what Riptide Rush exactly is.
Riptide Rush is giving me 7 vibes. I like it. I'm a fan of Riptide Rush.
Oh, I'm familiar. It's a very light flavor, would you say?
Yeah, it's crisp.
Yeah, crisp. It's pretty good.
Yeah, I'm a fan. So then I'll go to Cade, and I'll say, Give me a superhero movie. Give me a Marvel movie.
Ooh.
I like that.
A Marvel movie.
Got a lot to choose from, man.
Yeah, I do have a lot to choose from. I have one, but I don't think you'll think that this is this number. Trying to see if there's ones I'm missing. I'm pulling up an image of all 50 of them. I'll say the first Doctor Strange.
Oh, I think that's a good pick alongside Riptide Rush. I like both of those. I think they're both pretty good. So I'm feeling a 7 right now. I'm feeling a 7 within the 6 to 8 range, but I like a 7 right now. And we'll go back to Wells. Marvel movies are hard because everyone has different opinions on them.
Yeah.
But I kind of like the first Doctor Strange. Wells, could you give me... Could you give me a dessert?
A lot of desserts out there as well. See, it's all subjective, like you said. I gotta kind of play to your preference.
I don't even know if you have to play to his preference. I think that's the whole point of the game.
Yeah.
No, yeah, but you
Play
could be
to yours,
strategic.
dude.
You could be strategic too.
Yeah.
I don't know if Cade likes Doctor Strange, so...
No, yeah, no, and I like that too. I'm trying to think. Out of all these ones, I'm gonna go with the plain Cheez-It. Like a box of, or no, that's not a dessert. Never mind. It's like a snack. That's a snack. Sorry, that was an L moment.
I was gonna say, dog.
Me personally, I don't really love desserts. That's why I'm struggling here. I don't
Okay,
eat desserts.
okay.
Like I have snacks. I have salty things, but I will.
We could pivot to snacks and go Cheez-Its.
No. I'll accommodate. You got a little extra answer there if you want to.
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
So I will go with a dessert. We'll go with. Just a plain chocolate ice cream cone. So you got the cone, not a waffle cone, but you got a cone, and then you got some chocolate ice cream on that. And if you want sprinkles, you could have sprinkles.
Okay, I'm taking that from the vision. I don't know what your stance is on chocolate ice cream, but most people like it. It's a safe flavor. I don't really care for chocolate ice cream. I'd personally put that dessert rating at like a 4, but that's another safe sounding thing to me. Feels more 6 than 8, so I'm thinking 6 or 7 right now. But we'll finish it out. Cade, could you give me a let's go with a Penn State wide receiver. Past
Love
like
it.
2010. Keep it modern-ish.
Why didn't you ask me that question?
Because
I know.
don't know how deep that bag is, bro.
I know like 7 of them.
I'll go Trace McSorley era Deshaun Hamilton.
Okay. Yeah, Deshaun. Nothing really negative to say about Deshaun. He was a great player. He wasn't an outstanding player. I think I'm locking in a 7 here. I don't want to overthink it and talk myself into a 6 or an 8, so I'm going to go with the 7.
Bang.
Yeah.
Let's go, man.
7.
That was good.
Well, chocolate ice cream cone is like a 4.
Okay, I'm glad I'm not alone on that.
No, I'm with it being, I think it's above average.
I was thinking ice cream sandwich for a 7.
See, some people, though, like some people live and die by
I
the
would
ice
have been
cream.
thinking like 5 for
Really?
an ice cream sandwich.
All right,
They're
let's
good.
a
Like
chocolate ice cream cone.
ice cream sandwich on a hot day in the summer is like they hit a little bit harder. But if someone walked into my room with an ice cream sandwich right now, I don't even think I'd eat it.
Some people, I completely agree. Some people live and die by the ice cream sandwich. I didn't really know.
I don't
if
live and
Chooch
die
was
by
one
an
of
ice cream sandwich, but I would say it's maybe a 6 or a 7. A chipwich now, a good chipwich, we're talking 9.
9.
A
Yeah.
chipwich. Enlighten me. Like what is
Like a
chipwich?
chocolate, just like ice cream with 2 chocolate chip cookies.
Oh, dude, if you get one of those from the right ice cream truck, them shits could hit.
Yeah.
Not
That
gonna
was
lie.
pretty good. So we could go over our answers. Riptide Rush, I think, was a bang. That was great.
That was like perfect. That was a great opener.
My
I just
idea,
thought, yeah.
my idea was original blue, because I think the light blue is like an 8, 9, but original blue I think sits at a 7.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair. I think like all blues are like 9 and above for me.
I don't really love regular blue, and I think Wells might know that. I'm actually pretty anti-cool blue, so
You
that was
are a
good
part
pick.
of that club.
Riptide Rush was good.
And then Doctor Strange, good pick.
I was
Great
originally thinking Ant-Man, but Ant-Man
I
would
would
be a 6.
have. I would have been thinking 7 for Ant-Man too.
Okay, fair. All right,
So-
so then
And then Deshaun Hamilton, I know nothing about, but apparently it was money.
well, I was thinking because like to me Parker's an 8.
Parker's an 8,
Jahan and Allen Robinson are a 9, 10.
9. Yeah.
KJ Hamler's an 8, 9. Like
Hamler's
you had to
good,
like
yeah.
minimizing it to Penn State. Like Hamilton's a 7.
And Deshaun was like very volatile with his game by game performance. So
Yeah.
yeah, I definitely think 7 was good.
Like I was thinking Mitchell
that.
Tinsley real quick, but he might be like a 6.
6, I probably would have been thinking. Yeah.
All right,
Talented
well-
enough to be a 7. We didn't even fucking throw him the ball.
Yeah.
All right, continue.
That was a great startup. Some great questions, Chooch. I kind of want to go last because I'm thinking if we run out of time, just cut me and we'll do
All
me
right.
next week. So
Fair,
we
I'll
can
go
do-
pee while you guys choose a number.
All right, sounds good. So we can actually talk. No, we can't talk too loud. But I want the listener to be able to hear something. So maybe we could talk about something else. What's going on? I've been doing album ratings. Mac Miller comes in at a very high rating for me. Just all his albums collectively. And so that's been a lot of fun.
Could we do a turbo round? We moved off turbo until he gets back from peeing. Are you worried about Jason Tatum coming back to the Celtics if he does this year?
I am a little bit worried about it when it comes to the ego stuff, just because Jaylen Brown just posted on his Instagram story, and he said what it was the shoulder emoji or something, and he's like it was comparing last year to this year and where they're at. I definitely do think Jaylen Brown deserves a lot of praise, but I didn't really love that post. But also Tatum's not the superstar that I think is going to come in and try to take the reins if something's working.
Yeah, me either. I think he's going to handle it really well.
Yeah,
I
me
just think
too.
it could be weird considering like how clearly this is Jaylen Brown's team right now.
Yeah, no,
But
it's
we'll
definitely
see.
going to be a little weird. All right, perfect. We have our number. Kay just went to pee. How was your pee?
Good, clear.
Good. All right, perfect. That
Nice.
means you're hydrated.
Yeah.
All right, so you could start. Ask me or Chooch.
I'll go Chooch first, and off the rip, I'll go. I was thinking this question before you even asked me the movie one. Give me a comedy movie.
Ooh, okay. Let me go.
Yeah, do some research.
Yeah, let me look at my letterbox real quick.
By the way, we are going to cut me just because my laptop, it started at 70 today. So don't think I didn't charge it. It's at 10%. It just must be getting old.
What do you have, an Air?
No, I think a Pro. No, an Air. I have an Air, I think. What, did they get recalled or something?
Yeah, buddy. Could explode at any moment.
I'm trying to pick one that like isn't me being subjective.
A lot of comedy movies.
I know.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
Good question, though. I mean, it makes you think. Makes you think about this life.
I'm gonna go. I don't know, man. This is kind of hard. I'm gonna go with 22 Jump Street.
Ooh, okay. Okay. I feel like I remember liking 22 Jump Street more than 21. So I'm thinking this is upper half, but I don't have a number yet. Chooch, Wells, give me a Fortnite skin.
Oh,
Good
boy.
question. Really good question.
Boy, a Fortnite skin. Let me think about it. A lot of battle passes. A lot of stuff that we've been seeing.
Like we're talking like prime Fortnite, right? Like I'm not talking no Kim Kardashian skin.
I'm with you. That's a 10. Let me think. You know what? I think I'm just going to throw it out there. Russ Lord.
Russ Lord. Is that like the free one?
No, it wasn't free. It was in the battle
Russ Lord
pass.
was a battle pass guy.
It was the first one in the battle pass.
His back bling, I think, was a free one.
Yeah, maybe it was. But yeah, I'm going to give you Russ Lord. He's like in a, obviously he's from Junk Junction.
All right, so this is throwing me off because Russ Lord's like a 3 or a 4. But I feel like I remember liking 22 Jump Street a lot. Or maybe that's more of a 5. All right, I'm still up in the air right now. Chooch, I'll go give me... This is pretty subjective, but I'm not gonna do myself any favors. Give me a beer.
I like that.
You like beer.
I tend to enjoy. I do. This is really subjective. Wow.
Yeah, really subjective.
What do I think is the proper beer for this rating? I would say I think for me this is a Mick Ultra.
Okay. So I'm thinking a 5 or a 6. If I had to put all these three together, I'm going for a 5 or a 6 right now. Or Wells could love Rust Lord, and this could be like an 8.
I do love me some Rust Lord, dude.
All right. Last one. I had this in my head already, but this one's also pretty subjective. But I feel like I spent enough time with you, Wells, that I can get a read on your opinion. Give me a fast food spot.
Fast food spot. Wow, there's a lot of those. I say that for every single. I don't know if you got in that trend. Let me think.
Dude, I could be 5 numbers off. I'm not even kidding.
No, yeah. Let me think. So we're thinking food spot. Fast food spot, you said?
Yeah.
Fast food. What, did you hear me?
Yeah, just you typing in the
Turbo
screen
typing.
your reflection.
So fast food spot,
Yeah.
I'm going to give you Dairy Queen.
Like, and we're talking just the food.
Yeah. Or, I
Okay.
mean, you could entail everything, but Dairy Queen as a fast food spot.
All right, then I feel real good about a 3 or a 4. And Dairy Queen, I feel like I would put out a 4. Rust Lord, I'm putting out a 3. Mick Ultra, I used to like a lot, but then my stance has dropped on them. So I'd put that around like a 5 now. 22 Jump Street, I remember being better, but now that I think back on it, it is what it is. But I do like 22 Jump Street. It could be a 3, but I'm going to go 4.
Fuck.
Damn it. 5.
5, damn.
5. So here, I'll explain my rationale.
Back to 22 Jump Street almost pulled me up to like a 4 or 5, but I honestly felt good about a 4.
Like 21 Jump Street for me, I liked more.
Yeah.
It was like on a comedy scale, that's like a 7 for me. 22 Jump Street, it just was. Like, it was
Yeah.
it was just
I just
alright.
love
Like, it was
the
funny
whole
still.
like Channing Tatum and Kurt Russell's son. I forget his name.
Yeah.
But I love that whole part of it.
Let me explain my rationale real quick. So you said 22, you liked it a little bit more. I was thinking you were at a, not to meme, 6 or 7.
Yeah.
So you're trying to drop
Rust
me with
Lord,
Rust.
Rust Lord brings it down. If he's at a 4, you might even out to like a 5 or 6.
Well, you did drop me. It did work.
Yeah. And then
did
what
drop
did
me.
Chooch give you? A beer,
And then
Mick
I gave
Ultra?
Mick Ultra,
Mick,
which I
and
think
I
was
thought-
like the best safe answer.
I thought 5, 6.
5, 6, and then
But Dairy
DQ,
Queen threw me off.
DQ for me, I mean, you think fast food, I think everything involved. It's like, I think it's mid. I
I don't know if Cade saw it. As soon as you said that, I just looked down and started smiling because I was like, dog, fucking Dairy Queen. Dairy Queen's a 2, dog.
Well, yeah,
I
well,
don't think
honestly,
it is.
I can respect the move with the Rust Lord dropping it to try to level me out, but you going back to backs where I was like, damn, that's like a 3.
Yeah.
That like, I think nailed
You got
me.
to a 4, so it's not like
Yeah.
we were way
Yeah,
off.
it's not like we missed by a lot. Yeah.
But also, yeah, DQ. I mean, I was just also too. I should have thought a little more. I saw DQ. I've had their food. I think their food's like a 4 or 5. So I was just like,
Yeah.
you know what, it's mid.
I always
maybe a
say
little
Dairy
bit
Queen
low.
nailed it because when you eat their food, you're like, holy shit, this is so bland that I need to dip this in like a blizzard.
That's what I'm saying. Bland to me is like not a 2. A bland to me is 4. Is like a 3, 4, 5. So I don't know. I was trying to get you in that range.
That is a good. I guess if I had to say a fast food place, that's a 5. Like, I don't even know.
Like
All the
Dairy
big
Queen.
ones are like
Kind
7.
of hard to answer. Yeah.
It's hard
the
to.
big
It's
ones
hard
are
to.
7
know.
and up. Like I would even say a Burger King's like a 6.
All right. So my computer is. Yeah. See, that's a lot of people have a stigma.
I know. Fast food chains are really hard.
My computer is at 5, which makes me think maybe. See, I don't want to lose the recording. That's what I'm scared of. And this is a user
Where's
issue.
your
I
charger?
apologize. I can't have my setup with a charger right now. Like it's my
'cause your
my
mic's
mic
plugged
and
in?
my mic's plugged in, but I have 2 ports for my. I know people listening don't care. I have 2 ports for my charging station, but I don't have a charger long enough that works
No.
like to reach it. So
Yeah.
what I'm thinking is we talked about a lot. I'm thinking we could end it, and I'm thinking so to do the reveal for anybody still listening, we were going to do. Well, should we reveal it or no? Because I guess we're not going to. We were going to do a one and done draft relating to NCAA basketball. What I'm thinking is maybe we could hop on like tomorrow. I still want to do that, and I know we agreed on doing a draft every episode. I need to charge my computer more. I apologize. It was at like 70. I don't know what's going on right now. It was at like 70, which I thought would last like at least 2 hours, but we're out an hour 30, and it's not.
I mean, it's fair enough.
Yeah.
An hour 30.
Fair enough.
Yeah, it's a good time.
But yeah, I think we talked about a lot. I mean, that game is so fun too. I think what we should do is we'll do a little side, like a not another podcast. Maybe we'll do another recording. We'll do mine when it comes to the Wavelength game, and then we'll do that draft maybe tomorrow if we have time.
It's good with me.
I get out of work at 11 tomorrow, so
I'm subbing tomorrow till 2, and then I have a call at 2:30.
Call with who?
Some guy that my cousin put me on with.
Could you mind your business?
Yeah, but mind your business.
You know we're on air, right?
Me and Chooch share a freaking Apple ID, so I don't know what he's talking about.
What?
You guys are both logged in as Colin Wells right now.
Yeah,
I know. I did notice that.
It's pretty awesome. Okay, well, I think that was a great episode. I think we had a lot of good debate, a lot of good clips to get through. Any parting messages, boys?
So
I really gotta be on my shit, man. I gotta start thinking of the one-liners again.
So here, let me do it. So 2 weeks ago, Chooch said, "If you see your mom, tell her you love her." And then last week he said, or maybe I'm thinking getting a couple weeks off. The last time I remember you saying when you said, "If you have a dog, go pet that dog." So I like your little one-liners to end it.
I don't have one right now, unfortunately. It's Thursday, but whenever you're listening to this, like, just consider maybe cracking a beer or taking a load off, putting on a movie. You deserve the break, This life is short. You got to find time to enjoy it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That work?
Yeah. That works with me. If Darryn Peterson is listening, play basketball.
And hopefully US Hockey men's wins gold.
Yes.
Yes. Can't wait.
We are with you. The women won today, right?
Yeah.
They beat Canada. Let's go.
Who we got tomorrow? We got
Slovakia.
Yeah, we got the Slovaks.
Yeah.
W Olympics, W USA, W life.
Whoa.
Alrighty. Peace out. Love y'all. Be good.